It ain't libel if it's true. One of them I know is dead, and the other one's probably dead by now, because they was old back then, okay? So I think I'm going to be pretty safe here, because I'm going to name names. Here's two names. I'm going to start with one name. I'm going to save the other one. Okay. The Reverend Almond Chester Gushé. Chester. So there I am getting my toter, my whatever, trash bin thingy, take back up the house. Here comes this old man. At the time, I want to say he's 70, 72, something. Riding his bicycle up the hill. I think I've seen him before, going up and down the street on his bicycle. Old man lived a little dangerously there, because that's country road. There ain't no shoulder. That's all right. Getting my toter, this old man stopped. And he said, "Do you know Jesus Christ?" God or mom? Don't get me started. Just don't get me started on God or mom. If you think I talk a lot now, don't get me started on either one of those subjects. God or mama? Mama. I miss my mama. And I wheeled around, middle of the street. I said, "Why, yes, I do." I don't think either one of us knew what trouble we were about to get into in forming this friendship. The trouble it was going to bring us both. Oh, him and his day-old fruit that he's collecting from the farmer's market and taking to the church. And then it ended up in my Jemmy, my GMC Jemmy. That really ripe fruit. You know what I'm talking about? The really ripe fruit. And then when you take it out of the Jimmy to put in the church, it's still there in the Jimmy. Whatever. Made the old man feel good. Made him feel like he was contributing something to the church. Never mind that he was using me and my gas and my... It didn't matter. It was for the church. Okay, Chester. He was quite a man. He loved the Lord. But he could be a trying old somebody now, let me tell you. He could get on your last nerve. Fortunately, I found him amusing. He was charming to me. He never got to me. Like other members, other parishioners may not be able to say that. He never got to me because I found him amusing. Because I saw where his treasure was. Because there his heart was also. And his treasure was Jesus Christ. So I'm like, I'm good. Be your crotchety curmudgeon self. I don't care. I don't know. Who does pen pals anymore? Well, I guess, when you're that age, I'm going back, 10 years. Ish. When you're that age in your 70s, I guess you still do the pen pal thing. Ah, yes. The Reverend Almond Chester Gushé. Yeah, one of the few times I get talked down. One of the few times I just give up and just let him go. That boy could talk. He could talk. Well, he gets in this pen pal thingy with this lovely lady up in the New England area, I want to say. And I would imagine she's gone by now too. And if she's not, she's so old, she can't get, there's no way she could form a counsel to attack me as a plaintiff in a court of law. There's no way. She's too old. So I'm going to mention her name too. It's so doggone cute. Wait till you hear it. I have to. It's just that cute. You ready? He formed this pen pal relationship to eligible single people, seniors, with Winnie Schoolcraft. Now come on. It's worth blowing it. Just to tell you that name. It's worth getting on all kinds of, like I said, she's probably so old by now. Even if she took offense to the video, what's she gonna do? Hey, it ain't libel if it's true. And I'm only saying nice things about this lady, okay? Winnie Schoolcraft. God, I love that name. Mom invites us all up to her house for dinner. Chester, Winnie, Cindy, and myself. I don't know if we all went in one vehicle. We met there. I want to say we all went in one vehicle. Winnie had agreed to come down, obviously, to see if they could further their, relationship. Natural, normal order of events, sure. We get to Mom's house, and Chester proceeds to start just ear bashing Mom. He's got a new audience. I go out on the front porch while he's smoking a cigarette. I turn around, and Winnie is standing there. 3 feet away, just right behind me. I turn around and she just, like the dam that breaks, just starts. And I stood there and I listened to her and I began to smile. And I think when she got through with her 5-minute deflation of her overinflated eardrums or tires, I just looked at her and I smiled and I said, yes, Chester can talk a lot, can't he? And then we both shared a warm smile. And that was that. Nothing ever really came from that relationship. They never went further, I don't think. I think she went back to New England and said, whoa, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. No, Chester was a good man. Here's one of the memories that, as I'm laying down these tracks on YouTube, I have been in prayer with the Lord. Because one, I need to try to keep my ego out of this. And I try to as much as I can. Because I want to share stories of my life that are a vehicle for the Lord to possibly say, hey, I knocked at your door 3 months ago. Let me try it through Butthead's videos here. Butthead's YouTube. Let me try it again. If you're a listener and you hear something that resounds with you, echoes with you. We say in AA, when you hear the rustling of angel feathers, then you know. You can no longer deceive yourself, then you know. Okay, so I digress. So, wait, like, you did not know. I said, yeah, Chester, you got it. And that's the end of that vignette of the Reverend Almond Chester Gushé. Next couple of vignettes are very short. Oh, I worked with him to get him to play cards. Oh, no dancing. No cards. No cards. Cards, those are the devil's, tarot card. Those are the devil's, flashcards. Ooh, I like that. The devil's flashcards. I like that. Somebody write that down. The devil's flashcards and get back to me on it. Because I'm pretty stoned right now, and I know I won't remember it unless I write it on that piece. I don't feel like writing it. Just remember, devil's flashcards. Oh, that's good. So, I taught him this little card game, and finally, it's just a card game for two. We're just playing cards. And I got him to loosen up on that a little bit, the card playing. We didn't have to address the dancing because there's no way I'm going to go out, with him dancing to try and pick up chicks. That's not going to happen. So we're down to, what are we down to now? I've lost my train. Give me a moment. Because I do all this on the fly. I'm not rehearsing anything. I hope I don't have to stop and re-record. Yes, there I am. So, yeah, that was always kind of fun. Playing cards with him. He actually seemed to enjoy it. It's a family card game. Mama taught us. Just card game for two. You pitch cards. One of the most enduring memories that I have of Chester is this one that I'm going to tell you next. It even is greater than the last vignette I'm going to give you. Chester, at the time, like I said, when I met him, was in his early 70s, I want to say, mid-70s. A bit of a frail man, small in stature. He had smashed his hand in a car door, kitchen door, whatever. He smashed that pretty good. Now, he's in his 70s. I've noticed in my late 50s, what was once a nuisance is now a mark for 3 weeks or a month. He smashed it pretty good. Fortunately, he didn't break anything, but man, that hand was purple. Was it a week or so later? It wasn't a lot of time. We went to church together. I tried to keep my intercourse with him to a minimum, though, like everybody else. Oh my God, it's Chester Hyde. I want to say it was about a week later. I looked at his hand and it was healed. It was healed. There was no blemish, no bruise. That's one of the most enduring memories I have of this old man. Because I have to believe in that, as God is my witness, in that week's elapsement of time, I watched a badly bruised old man's hand go to, you couldn't tell he'd smashed it. Now you can take that for what it's worth. I don't care. I'm telling you what I'm reporting to you, what I remember to the best of my recollection. And the last vignette that I'll share with you on the Reverend is the last time I saw him. Or I should say the last time I didn't see him. I did not see him. I remember going to his house, and by then he'd had a boarder he'd taken off. He'd given this Hispanic man, Jose, a room, whatever they'd worked out their agreement, whatever it was. And the timing couldn't have really been much better because Chester was starting to just fail in general. He was getting more and more fragile. And I remember going to the front door knocking. I didn't let myself in. I probably could have, but I remember going to the front door knocking. Jose came to the door, and he opened. Hey, John, come in. And I hadn't seen Chester in a few days. Several days, probably. And I remember now I'm standing in Chester's living room. In the foyer, if you will, right inside the front door where it's a linoleum. And I remember looking at Jose and I go, yeah, I just thought I'd come by and I'd see how Chester was doing. I ain't talked to him in a while. I want to say Jose led me with his eyes. And he looked over on the couch. And I followed his eyes to the couch. and I saw Chester laying there. It's not a big living room. It's not a big living room. Now, I had to walk through the front door, and upon walking through the front door, I'm going to see the entire living room. The couch is in front of me. Pretty much, just a little off to the right, but it's in front of me. If you'll recall, I asked Jose, I said, yeah, I haven't seen Chester in a few days. How's he doing? You see, I didn't see Chester when I walked through the front door. He wasn't there. Did I mention it's a really small living room, and the couch was pretty much right in front of me when I come through the front door? Pretty much, off to the right a little bit. And when Jose led me with his eyes back to when he led me to the couch with his eyes, I looked at the couch and I saw Chester. I did not see him moments before. Can I say to you, moments before, I looked directly at the couch when I came in the front door? Oh, here we go, Mr. Transparency. Remember, call me Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Transparency. Can I say to you now that when I walked through that front door, I looked directly at that couch? Nope, I can't. But it's a real small living room, and you really can't not look at the couch, at least to a large part of your, quick survey of any room that you walk into, just by your eyes going from one side to the other, like that. Chester died a couple days later. Sometimes you're afforded a vision, and sometimes you are blinded deliberately. Just go with it. Trust. You must trust the process. I love you all, no matter what.